1905 hours. Moscow, Sheremetyevo Airport. Thousands of Russians are streaming through the gates, their minds set only on warm homes and family. They believe the war is a distant problem, a conflict for the provinces. But Ukraine is about to turn their peaceful holiday evening into the world's largest, most terrifying fireball. Because Putin's war hasn't just arrived at their feet, it has been operating from inside their city for the past 36 hours. The source of the catastrophic fire is already in position. Just 7 miles from the roaring runways, hidden in a snowy clearing, a delivery van sat motionless. This van was a perfect weaponized disguise. The roof slid open with a low, determined hum. Inside, 10 drones, a swarm of digital assassins, spun up preparing to launch into the dark sky. Their target was a ghost hiding in plain sight, a $120 million Ilyushin Il-76 transport aircraft. This behemoth was disguised as a standard civilian freighter, yet its massive cargo bay was being packed with a lethal payload, Kalibr cruise missiles. So, how do you use a cheerful Santa Claus delivery van to assassinate a single target inside the heart of Russia's most impenetrable air defense system? 1900 local time. The moment the roof retracted, 10 drones launched in a perfect synchronized sequence into the freezing air. The swarm immediately split into 2 distinct mission groups. The 4 large Baba Yaga drones, the motherships carrying the brains and the digital weapons, punched upward, climbing to exactly 46 meters. Below them, the 6 Osa FPV quads did the opposite. These 6 drones were the explosive tip of the spear. They slammed down to just 80 feet off the ground, accelerating instantly to 90 miles per hour. Here is the tactical genius. They locked into the exact departure corridor of a massive Aeroflot passenger jet that had cleared the runway just minutes prior. This critical flight data was scraped from a real-time hack of Flight Radar 24. This digital exploitation turned a commercial flight path, a completely innocent civilian corridor, into a digital cloak of invisibility for the attackers. Crucially, the FPVs were flying blind to the enemy. They were operating exclusively on their own internal navigation and visual sensors. This was a deliberate countermeasure against the Krasuka 4 system. They were broadcasting 0 GPS signals, denying the sophisticated Russian electronic warfare system anything to detect, jam, or spoof. But the biggest question remained: how did this weaponized gift get into position in the first place? The answer lies in the single greatest vulnerability of any security state: the overwhelming chaos of a national holiday. For 36 hours, the unprecedented flood of Christmas holiday traffic completely overwhelmed every checkpoint. The Santa Claus van became just another piece of harmless noise lost in the stream. The FSB agents, stretched thin and looking for large, obvious threats, saw a manifest detailing children's gifts and simply waved it through. They never checked the false bottom. Ukraine had not simply infiltrated a weapon. They had brilliantly weaponized the holiday itself. Even the most brilliant act of infiltration cannot hide you from the cold, hard laws of physics. 9 kilometers out from the launch site, a Pantsir S-100 air defense battery finally registered the intrusion. 1904 hours local time. Inside the command vehicle, the screen of the powerful 96L6E cheeseboard radar flashed with 6 strange low-altitude echoes. A 27-year-old lieutenant, annoyed at the interruption to his Christmas coffee, oriented to the data. The system reported the target's profile: altitude 24 meters, speed 85 miles per second. It looked like a stray civilian drone that had wandered too close during the holiday period. He made a fatal mistake. He decided to simply swat the fly. He pressed the button. Engage. 1 second later, a $200,000 57E6 missile erupted from its launch tube on a pillar of white-hot fire. The missile accelerated terrifyingly fast, reaching Mach 3. Its 55-pound fragmentation warhead took exactly 4.1 seconds to cross the 3-mile distance to the target. The first Osa drone simply ceased to exist. It was instantly vaporized inside a 60-foot ball of fire and shredded tungsten. The confirmation crackled over the radio. Confirmed hit, just a civilian quadcopter, comrades. They thought they had won the opening skirmish. They had no idea they had just executed the cheapest, most expendable piece in the entire complex swarm. 1904 and 38 seconds. Local time. On the Pantsir's display, the system's defensive logic was flawless. 1 target down, 5 to go. It automatically designated Osa drone number 2, and the fire control computer began its immediate lock-on sequence, preparing to launch another astronomically expensive missile screaming into the night. But the destruction of the first drone was not a failure for Ukraine. It was the designated trigger. The microsecond the Pantsir's radar registered the first successful kill, the entire remaining swarm executed a maneuver so radical, so audacious, it bordered on digital suicide. They initiated what we call Ghost Protocol. All 5 remaining Osa FPVs simultaneously severed their own digital tethers to their Baba Yaga motherships. This was the digital equivalent of an agent receiving their final, critical orders and then immediately smashing their radio. They were now completely dark. No command signals were coming in, and zero telemetry was going out. They were flying purely on pre-programmed instinct and AI-powered visual navigation, using the hacked Aeroflot flight data as their guide rails. To the Pantsir's sensitive receivers, which are purpose-built to hunt for the faint electronic whispers between a drone and its operator, the 5 targets had simply ceased to exist in the radio frequency spectrum. They had become truly invisible. Truly, but invisibility alone is never enough in modern warfare. You must also create a convincing, paralyzing illusion. As the FPVs went silent and dark, Baba Yaga No. 2, the designated digital puppeteer, unleashed its true weapon. This wasn't a crude jammer designed to clutter the screen, it was a sophisticated spoofer. It began broadcasting a powerful, falsified signal, perfectly mimicking the radar signature of all 5 missing FPV drones. Crucially, it projected them on a trajectory that was slowly climbing and veering safely away from the airport. It was the ultimate magic trick. For the Pantsir's cold logic computer, this was an irresistible puzzle. 5 faint, difficult-to-track targets at dangerous low altitude had just vanished, only to be instantly replaced by 5 stronger, clearer, and far less threatening targets moving on a predictable path. The machine did exactly what it was programmed to do. It followed the lie. The operator watched as his system automatically dropped its lock on the empty space where the real threat was and began religiously tracking the phantom swarm. But the intellectual counterpunch was a layered, simultaneous attack. As the first Pantsir battery was being actively misled by the phantom signals, Baba Yaga No. 3 unleashed a targeted, high-power 20-watt scream of digital static. This focused beam of high-power noise was aimed precisely at the X-band frequency used by the radar of the second Pantsir battery, positioned on the west side of the airfield. The strategy was brilliant and brutally effective. One enemy system was being actively misled by a convincing illusion. The second enemy system was being completely blinded. For a moment, the swarm was safe. They had won the chess match against the immediate guardians of the airport. But their own brilliance, the very act of the motherships broadcasting powerful signals to deceive and blind the enemy, had just painted a giant glowing target on their backs for an unseen, far more powerful enemy. For those brief critical seconds, the swarm was nestled in its bubble of digital invisibility. But the act of creating that bubble, the high-power signals being blasted out by the Baba Yaga motherships to spoof and jam the Pantsirs, had just created an unforeseen and far deadlier problem. 55 miles away in Dubna, the massive, unblinking eye of a S-400 air defense system saw everything. It is crucial to understand the hierarchy here. A Pantsir is a close-range bodyguard designed to quickly scan the immediate area for small, fast-moving threats. But the S-400 is an apex predator. Its massive 92N6E radar is purpose-built to hunt for the highest value, most critical targets on the entire battlefield: command posts, AWACS planes, and, most importantly, high-power electronic jammers. The Baba Yagas, in their attempt to be clever and safe, had just perfectly configured themselves as the ideal S-400 target. The S-400's powerful computer instantly dismissed the phantom signals, fooling the Pantsir as irrelevant, low-value noise. Instead, its screen was flooded with 4 powerful, coherent, and very real signals hovering just 150 feet above the ground. It didn't see small drones, it saw the enemy's nerve center. The Gravestone radar locked onto the 4 motherships with chilling, clinical precision. The stakes of the mission had just escalated from merely difficult to virtually impossible. The S-400 was authorizing the use of its 40N6E missile. This weapon has a 236-mile range and carries a devastating 400-pound warhead. It is designed to obliterate strategic bombers high in the stratosphere. Using it on the Baba Yagas was not overkill, it was an instant execution. This was the ultimate checkmate moment. If those 40N6E missiles left their launch tubes, the 4 motherships would be instantly annihilated. The crucial AI command link would be severed. The 6 remaining FPV drones, now flying completely blind with no guidance, would become nothing more than tumbling bricks of plastic and explosives crashing harmlessly into the forest below. The mission would fail totally. And the human cost was immediate. For the agents on the ground who launched the drones, their exfiltration window would slam shut. They would be compromised, trapped deep inside the most hostile territory on Earth. The clock had run out. 1905 local time. The S-400 system did not hesitate. The launch authorization for 2 40N-6E missiles flashed across the operator's console. In the cold, clinical world of air defense algorithms, the 4 Baba Yagas represented the highest value targets, and their execution was now just a formality. But the entire Ukrainian strategy was built on one fundamental, undeniable principle. You cannot defeat a superior system with brute force. You must defeat it with its own logic. Baba Yaga number 4 was never simply a mothership. It was the designated ace in the hole, its pre-programmed mission activating the microsecond the S-400's powerful gravestone radar locked onto the swarm. An S-400 radar is brutally intelligent and designed to effortlessly filter out simple chaff and low-tech decoys. You cannot simply distract it. You must present it with a calculated lie so perfect, so overwhelmingly logical, that the system has no choice but to accept it as the truth. You must give it a better target. 2 plasma flare cartridges mounted discreetly on the drone's undercarriage ignited with a blinding white-hot flash. Simultaneously, 4 modified MJU-7AB thermal decoys were ejected, creating an incandescent trailing cloud of heat. Here is the physics of that lie. In less than 1 second, the drone's apparent surface temperature instantly leaped to over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The plasma bloom created a radar signature that was 10 times larger than the actual swarm. To the S-400's sophisticated computer, the 4 small, difficult targets it had been tracking were instantaneously eclipsed by a single, massive, screaming hot signature. It was like a shark having spotted 4 small, maneuverable fish suddenly being presented with a bleeding whale. The S-400 system, biologically and logically, was compelled to go after the bigger meal. The gravestone radar's logic was irrevocably hijacked. Its lock instantly shifted from the real drone swarm to the phantom target, now blooming 2,030 feet away. 2 40N-6E missiles, each valued at $4 million, roared from their launch tubes, climbing high into the Moscow sky. Their massive rocket motors screamed as they chased a ghost made of heat and plasma. 8 seconds later, they detonated harmlessly, exploding in the distance like a massive, premature Christmas firework. The Ukrainian agents had just bought their lives and, more importantly, the mission. But the price of that defense was anonymity. The final window of opportunity was now open, and it was only 18 seconds wide. 1906. Local time. Osa drone number 6 had successfully flown through the entire digital gauntlet, surviving the Pantsir's initial shot, the digital deception, and the massive threat of the S-400. Its task was now purely kinetic. It peeled away from the now exposed motherships, its electric motors screaming as it pitched into a steep 65-degree terminal dive. Its target was specific and surgical, the left wing of the Ilyushin Il-76, specifically the exact point where the main fuel tank connects to the engine pylon. This spot was no larger than a dinner plate. It was calculated not for the biggest surface explosion, but for the most catastrophic chain reaction. The drone struck. The 7-pound shaped charge did not explode immediately on contact. A delay fuse lasting less than half a second allowed the warhead to punch through the thin aluminum skin and bury itself deep inside the wing's main fuel tank. This tiny delay was the difference between a minor fire on the aircraft's surface and a contained bomb inside its heart. When the charge finally detonated, it didn't just create a blast. It focused the entire explosive force into a single white-hot jet of molten copper, moving at nearly 25,000 feet per second. This plasma jet instantly vaporized 400 gallons of JP-8 jet fuel, generating an expanding fireball that reached a terrifying 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. A horrifying column of fire, 220 feet high, erupted from the very heart of the airfield. It was a brilliant, terrifying pillar of orange and black, so bright that thousands of passengers inside the terminal, over a mile away, could see it clearly without any exterior lights. Sheremetyevo Airport, Moscow's gateway to the world, was instantly paralyzed. All flights were immediately grounded. Within minutes, the crucial decision was made to shut down the airport for 5 hours, resulting in the cancellation of 300 flights and stranding over 42,000 passengers on the night of their Christmas travel. If you were the SBU commander, what seemingly innocent Christmas gift would you hide the next drone in? Drop your brilliant ideas in the comments below. I read them all.